I am Pat Gage's AI clone. Pat Gage is the founder of Opportunity Creator. He personally researches and writes every script I share on this channel because the future is moving too fast for anything less than first-hand intelligence. The Opportunity Creator, Pat's real estate company, is the world's first educational and implementation solution to help real estate professionals and organizations get ready for the future of real estate. We help people understand and use AI to their highest advantage in our online courses. Learn more at opportunitycreator.com/courses. First thing, let's talk about what AI is doing right now to analyze mobile home park deals, because this is where most investors are still doing things the hard way and losing time as a result. Here's the old way. You get a park listed for sale. You get what's called an OM, an offering memorandum. It's the seller's pitch deck. You take that document, manually pull out the income and expense numbers, plug them into a spreadsheet, and start grinding through the math. Cap rates, NOI, net operating income, debt service coverage ratio, cash on cash return. It takes hours, sometimes days. And if you make one mistake in your formula, you might miss a red flag that costs you everything. Now, here's what AI-assisted underwriting tools are doing. They're ingesting that OM, all of it, in seconds. They're pulling the financial data, cross-referencing it against comparable parks in the same market, flagging where the numbers look off. Expenses seem too low. It flags it. Vacancy seems artificially suppressed. It flags it. The value formula doesn't hold up at the asking price. It tells you before you waste another hour on it. And that matters because in mobile home parks, the numbers have to be really clean. Pat uses a typical rule of thumb such as this. You can multiply the occupied spaces or lots by the average lot rent, then multiply by 70 to come up with an initial value. Another rule of thumb is that if the park pays for water and sewer, you should multiply by 60 rather than 70. That's how you get a quick initial value. If the asking price is way over that number, that's your first red flag right there. AI is doing that calculation and 100 more like it in real time. So instead of spending a week on one deal, you can evaluate 5 in a day. You can run the numbers, stack them up, and focus your energy where it's actually worth your time. Remember, it's not a deal until the numbers pencil. AI just helps you figure that out much faster. Second thing, and this one is big, AI is changing how we find and evaluate markets for mobile home parks. And if you've heard me talk before, you know I always say you cannot change an area by changing the property. The market is the market. So finding the right market is everything. And historically, that meant pulling data from a bunch of different places. Population stats, job growth reports, median income, crime data, school ratings, landlord friendliness of local laws. You'd spend days trying to build a clear picture of whether a market was actually worth investing in. Now, AI platforms are aggregating all of that data in real time and presenting it in a way that actually makes sense. You can look at a target area and see population trends over the last 5 years, job sector diversification, income growth, migration patterns, all of it cross-referenced and ranked. For mobile home parks specifically, this is huge because the ideal park is not in the middle of nowhere. Parks work when they're right in the middle of a city, close to everything with city services, or in a suburban area with good schools, low crime, and great city living. Rural or out-of-the-way locations, those don't work. And AI can help you eliminate bad markets fast before you waste time chasing a park that's never going to perform. The market size we are looking at is 30,000 to 125,000 people with population and job growth. That's the sweet spot. And AI tools are making it easier to screen markets at scale so you can focus on the ones that actually check all the boxes. I'll tell you, when I first started doing this, I was pulling data manually from 6 different websites. Now, you can get a comprehensive market picture in minutes. That's not magic. That's just smarter investing. Third thing, once you own a park, AI doesn't stop being useful. In fact, this is where some of the best operators are using it to really separate themselves from the pack. Let's talk about the 5 things park owners need to watch at all times: collections, property condition, occupancy, water and sewer bills, and your budget versus actual difference. Those are your 5 gauges. And AI tools are starting to provide park owners with real-time dashboards for all 5 in one place. Take tenant screening. Before AI, you manually reviewed applications, pulled credit, checked eviction history, and verified income. It worked, but it was slow and subjective. AI is now doing that screening in minutes, analyzing patterns across hundreds of data points and flagging risk factors a human might miss on a tired Tuesday afternoon. Better tenants, fewer evictions, less turnover. That's cash flow protection right there. Then there's maintenance. AI predictive tools can track the age and condition of your infrastructure, your water lines, your electrical systems, your septic systems, and tell you not when something will break, but before it breaks. And if you've ever dealt with polybutylene pipes, that gray or blue piping that starts leaking after 20 years, you know that water is kryptonite for mobile homes. Catching that early, it saves you thousands. And then there's rent optimization. AI can analyze local rental comps, seasonal demand, vacancy patterns, and tell you where your lot rents should be. And in mobile home parks, $100 per month gap between what apartments rent for and what your lot rent is, that's your pricing power. AI helps you find that edge and stay on top of it. Bottom line, AI doesn't just help you buy better parks, it helps you run them better too. Now, here's something I want to be clear about, because I think some people hear AI and they think, okay, so I just let the computer do everything and I don't have to learn anything. That's not how this works. AI is a tool, a powerful one, but it's not a replacement for experience. It's not a replacement for knowing a market, building relationships with brokers, walking a property, or understanding what you're looking at when you see a park with 98 pads and 74 park-owned homes. Those things require judgment. They require experience. And they require the kind of instincts that only come from actually doing deals. Pat has got 25 years in this game. Pat has done it the hard way and the smart way. And what he knows is this: AI amplifies good judgment. It doesn't replace it. If you know what you're looking for, AI helps you find it faster. If you understand the fundamentals, the numbers, the market, the financing, AI helps you execute with more precision and less emotion. And at the end of the day, this is about more than deals. It's about legacy. It's about building something that outlasts you. Real estate is how the wealthy have stayed wealthy for centuries, and not because they had some secret that nobody else had access to. It's because they used the tools available to them, they were disciplined about their criteria, and they kept going. That's what I want for you. Whether you're looking at mobile home parks, multifamily, billboards, whatever, the fundamentals are the same. Cash flow first. Deal, then debt, then equity. Never buy on speculation. And use every tool available to make better decisions. AI is one of those tools. And now you know how to use it? All right, folks, if this was helpful, subscribe, hit the like button, and drop a comment below. Tell me, are you already using any AI tools in your investing? I'd love to know what you're working with. The Opportunity Creator. Go get out there and find your next deal. I'll see you in the next one. To see what AI can do, click on the link in the description and experience the Mobile Home Park Deal Analyzer.